A little sketchy first game for the Suns. The Suns came out hot in the first quarter tonight. I thought for sure this was going to be kind of like our statement game, win by 20, kind of just get it going. Because we came out the gate super hot. And Booker all season has been like on fire in the first quarter. So it wasn't surprising that he came out right out the gate and just drained a three. Like the dude has had a fantastic first quarter the entire year. And so we got up about 20-ish towards the end of the first quarter, early second quarter. And we kind of just, like, I wouldn't say we stalled, but the Pelicans started figuring themselves out a little bit. Obviously, the Pelicans are a very talented team, and CJ was getting absolutely shut down by Mikal. Mikal was just playing great defense. CJ started to figure himself out a little bit. They started to get him a little bit more freedom. They were starting to set up some pick and rolls for him, and so it wasn't like Mikal was able to just lock him down, which I was surprised that Mikal was on CJ other than Ingram. I'm guessing they think CJ's more of like the explosive guy that could really go for like 40 on a night, and Ingram's just going to be like kind of the consistent guy, and Ingram's game is more of a drive into the hoop and all that, so you can get a little bit more team effort with it. But Valanciunas had 25 rebounds for the Pelicans by the end of tonight. So if anything throughout the night that stood out to me for the Suns was rebounding. And I mean, even the whole season, if you've been watching every game like I have, the Suns rebounding, it's fine, but it can be better. Chris Paul was the leading rebounder until about the third quarter. So that's not always a great sign. I mean, Chris Paul did have like 7 boards in the second quarter, and then he didn't get another one the rest of the game. If he did, he would have had a 30-point triple-double. But essentially what ended up going on is, as the game kept going, Book had a fantastic first half. I think Book had 22, 23 in the first half. And then in the second half, he just stopped shooting. And New Orleans went on a big run. I think it was an 18-4 run in the third quarter. And they brought the game it was either early or late third quarter or early fourth quarter to 6 points. And it was like, as a Suns fan, you're like, dang, we just had a 23-point lead drop to 6 points. And as someone, like I said, I watch every single game. We don't blow out teams. Like, we just don't. For some reason, we have a bad quarter every single game. And it's not even like we played that bad. I felt like we just gave up like 36 points or something. It's kind of like we get a little bit lazy or something on it. But it's kind of frustrating as a fan. But I understand, like, New Orleans is a legit team. Like, people can't just write them off as like an easy 8 seed. They had Brandon Ingram with 18 tonight. They had Valanciunas had 18 and 25. Like, 25 rebounds. Oh my God. And then CJ actually got extremely hot in the third quarter. He ended up with 25. Like I said earlier, he kind of started getting open a little bit more by getting a little bit of the pick and roll going. And so they were rolling. Fourth quarter comes around and D-Book still isn't shooting. I'm over here in my Mikal Bridges jersey. I'm like, can we at least get Mikal going? Because like Mikal wasn't really scoring. He ended up with 11, but he was just locking down because that's pretty much the game plan always. But Ayton was on fire. He stopped shooting. Booker was on fire. He stopped shooting. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, we were just letting like Jay Crowder throw up bricks. We were letting, honestly, the reason we didn't play and like run away with it tonight was Campaign played awful. Like, Campaign did not play very well, which as a Suns fan, I've seen as the year goes on. He's either lights out or lights off. Like, I don't even know if that's a phrase, but like, he doesn't play great every single night. And that's just kind of the way his game is. He's fast-paced, high energy, and you're not going to get peak Campaign every single night. So, going into the fourth quarter, Chris Paul said, all right, let's put the backpack on, and he drained like 3 threes in a row and just said, all right, boys, I'm taking over. And I think he ended up dropping 19 of his 30 in the fourth quarter, and he just took over the game. And like I said, it was really strange. Like, usually it's Chris Paul and Booker in the fourth quarter, but like, if you see at the beginning of the highlight tonight, Booker was like kind of like holding his neck at the beginning of the game with like a warm towel or something. I don't know if that's something he does every game, because they usually on like a regular basis, you don't get those like really close zoom ins on them before games. But I don't know if maybe he was a little bit like slept on his neck wrong or whatnot, and he just kind of needed to like rest. But like, he didn't seem like he as aggressive as he normally is on defense as the game went on. And then he just didn't shoot. I think he literally took 1 3 in the second half, and then he made 2 free throws. So it was really weird, in my opinion, as someone, like I said 6 times already, I watch every single game this season. I didn't miss a single one. And so it was really weird seeing it was Chris Paul. Like, if someone's hot, obviously get on the ball. And Chris Paul was Chris Paul was on fire, absolute fire. And so gave him the ball and he took over, and that's pretty much how the Suns won the game. But I was a little interested on why we stopped using Ayton and Booker. Ayton made a little bit of sense because with about 3 minutes left in the game, there was a really controversial like jumping shoulder from Herbert Jones. And anyone that knows Herbert Jones, he's not a dirty player. I think he was really trying to get out of the way, but it looked so intentional. It was so strange. And he like jumped up and like shouldered the dude. I can't explain it. It was super weird, but he almost got knocked out. Like legitimately, he almost got knocked out. It was like a perfect shoulder to the chin, and he ended up coming back in the game just fine. But I am interested to see if he has to like potentially go in a concussion protocol, which would really suck because Ayton played amazing tonight. So fantastic opening game for the Suns. I thought for sure we were going to run away with it how we started off, but they proved me wrong, and we kind of played down in the third quarter, and Pelicans showed how good they can be. Like I said, I think they are going to take a game off us in this. Ideally, we do get a 4-0, but let's see. We'll be back for another one. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, make sure you guys do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.